moment I can see it. Streaming the truth live from where they decree it. Sylvia speaks, no filter, no buffer. Courtroom drama couldn't get any tougher.
When the gavel's first bang, to the witness stands tears. Sylvia's lens captures all your hopes and fears. Uploading justice one trial at a time. Tuning every moment, edges sublime.
Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Faces tell stories, the courtroom can't hide. Sylvia's insights cut through the divide. From jury talks to the lawyer's secret. In Sylvia's world, you know you'll need it. Behind the scenes where whispers are loud, her lens reveals the truth in the crowd. Courtroom secrets laid bare to see. Stay curious with Sylvia Spree. Every objection, every sharp retort, Sylvia's there to give you the report. Exclusive footage no one else can snag. From catchy headlines straight to the tag. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show.
Faces tell.
Hey everybody, good afternoon everyone. Welcome to the infamous channel. Welcome everyone. I am glad to have you here this evening, this afternoon, this morning in some places, I guess. So I'm gonna wait for a few minutes for everyone to get in here. Don't forget to hit the like button. Hello everybody, it's me. I'm telling you, I'm gonna run this hairdo out. I'm gonna keep running it. But anyway, can you just say hello to your neighbors? Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. I gotta remember to say these things, guys, because I'm not used to saying these things, but it is what it is. You wish he had turned down the diddler. He needs to stay where he is for life. Okay. Rochelle, okay. Glad to hear your opinion. All right, guys. Just remember, guys, everyone is innocent until proven guilty. That is the law. We have our public opinion, but everyone deserves the affordability of being innocent until proven guilty. I know some folks have seen videos, have heard certain things, but everyone is entitled to receive a fair trial. Everyone is entitled to the representation of their wishes. So if the man wants Mr. Steele, it is his choice to whether or not he gets Mr. Steele. And Mr. Steele has an obligation to serve justice, and he is a defense attorney for all. He is the defense attorney for all, meaning that anyone that hires him, he has to put his full capabilities on that particular case. Okay, he has to work like it's his own family member. And it's not about whether or not he believes or not believe his client. It is for him. He did an oath that he is going to serve in his capacity for the defense and the defendant that he is representing. I know everybody has their personal opinion. Everyone is entitled to your personal opinion. But the law says if he is a defense attorney, he has to work his client's case as vigorous as possible, as hard as possible. Okay? And Mr. Steele is a man of integrity. I know that from my personal interaction with him. And I believe that if Mr. Steele is taking a case, there is something in that case that he feels that justice is not being done right. That's what I believe. That's what I feel. Just like when he was representing Jackie Johnson, everyone was going after the lady and saying she did this, she did that. But when it came out, it was totally different. Jackie Johnson was not the person that was behind all of that. And that didn't come out until the trial began. Everyone had the public opinion of her being guilty. And so we're going to see this man as innocent until proven guilty. Okay? And guys, don't come at me because I said that either. Don't, you know me. You know me. I stand on my ground. I stand on my ground. So I'm telling you, don't come at me because y'all might get the other Sylvia. Okay? I don't think y'all like that Sylvia. A lot of you gonna come out and say, "Oh, she's mean. She's nasty." Yeah, don't come at me. Don't come at me because it is what it is. And just like, not until you get to hear the whole case, the whole trial, all the evidence that's being presented, everything, then you can go and say whether or not a person actually did something. And you can't just go by a video of an incident that happened, which is not cool now. I'm not saying that the incident is cool, okay? But the incident happened, it was shown on video, and also one of his attorneys says that it clips and slice and stuff. Nothing is cool about a man beating up a woman. Nothing's cool about domestic violence. Nothing. Now, I'm not saying that, but that and what's being charged, like the Mann Act and the RICO, those are cases that has not been tried yet. Okay, even the video one has not been tried. What they did, they gave up the money. All right. Yeah, everybody's entitled, Ashleigh. You're right. You are entitled to your opinion, but does that opinion equate whether or not he's deserved to have a fair trial? No, absolutely not. Your opinion is not law. Your opinion is not what the Constitution says. Constitution says that he has a right. He has a right as an American citizen to have a fair trial. Maurice said, I don't want to see the other Sylvia. Yeah, they jumping off because they get mad because I'm going to give my views of what facts are about the law. You know, it is what it is. You might not like the man. First of all, we don't know what happened. We don't know. None of us was in the room. None of us was in the room. And we have to afford everybody that fair chance. Because just like my case, half of y'all already said I was guilty, but y'all don't even know the facts behind my case. Y'all don't know the facts behind my case, but a whole bunch of folks been saying, and that's why I thank God for me having a case, because now I can empathize with people who has been accused of something because I know what I'm dealing with. So, and that's why God allowed me to go through what I went through. Okay. You're right. Vice versa. A woman has no reason to put her hands on a man as well. You're right. You're right. I only put the man part. Thank you, Minnie, for correcting me on that one. Um, yes, I have a case, Jasmine. Yes, I have a case. Jasmine, where you been? You haven't heard about my case. Oh Lord, Jasmine, you got ooh, child. It's a lot. I just can't talk fully about my case, but I'm telling you, once it's over, y'all, we're gonna do a series on my case. We're gonna do a series. I'm telling you. Okay. But as I was saying, God allowed me to go through what I went through to empathize and understand the other side. Because as a society, we tend to gravitate to one side and not the other side. So now I am more towards the middle. And some folks may not think I'm towards the middle because when I come out, I'm always talking about the person's innocent until proven guilty, but because that's the law. That is the law, y'all. That is the law. The law says a person is innocent until proven guilty. Okay. That is the law, the absolute law. Now, once the verdict has come down, then that's a different story because then you have the evidence and you'll be able to make up your mind on what you believe is the facts and what's not the facts. No, it's not about investigator V. No, Jasmine, stop it. That has nothing to do with no, I got my own case. All right. Okay. So guys, I wanted to bring to you guys' attention. Mr. Steele has a heavy load of cases. I'm going to bring up to you one of the cases he has. And this case is a very high profile, controversial case as well. Mr. Steele is known for having controversial trials and cases because you know what? He is fearless. He doesn't care what you guys think about him. He's going to fight for the innocence of a person, whether or not you guys believe they're innocent or not. Okay? Well, Mr. Steele is working on 3 cases that I personally know about. Well, one of them is about this young lady who was unalive about 2.5 years ago. And I'm going to bring this up. And the defendant is somebody who they claim did it. Okay. Did it. And let me go ahead and bring this up to you guys. So you guys, her name is Alania Lenoir. Alania Lenoir. She is the individual who was unalive in mid-time. She was missing for a while. And then they declared her to be unalive. And here it is. Let me hold on. I'm gonna change this one. Let me share the other one. Hold on. I got a couple of them for you. Hold on. All right, let's do this one. All right, here we go.
Tonight, police are searching for a second suspect in the case of a missing woman. Alania Lenoir was reported missing August 1st, and Atlanta police have now identified 2 men accused of killing her. Police say Deontay Reynolds is already in the Fulton County jail, but they are still searching for Stephen Abate. Investigators used technology and video information to connect the 2 suspects with Alania. They say she was last seen at the Peachtree Apartments. Investigators believe she died at those apartments and her body was moved to a different location.
We conducted numerous manual searches at areas where technological evidence suggested that Alania may be located without success. We utilized the assistance of cadaver dogs, homicide detectives, and entire police recruit classes.
Alania's body has not yet been found, but her family released a statement that reads in part, "The family is devastated by this news, but are asking for the general public to continue sharing tips and information that lead to the arrest of the second man charged in the case. They are desperately seeking justice for Alania."
All right, so that is the first suspect, and that is the person that Mr. Steele is representing, Mr. Stephen Abate. I don't know how to say these people's names, y'all. Y'all know me. I am terrible at name. Terrible at enunciating names, but that is the person. But here is when he was captured by the police. Hold on a second. This is when he was captured here. He was jet skiing when he got captured, y'all. He was jet skiing. And this is his. This is the live of when they caught him.
Unless the jet ski's running from the police. Oh, it's the police. Get him, boys! Excitement.
This is when they captured him. You see it? This is when they captured him. All right, so now I'm gonna go and we're gonna give a shout out to the next person that gave this a whole breakdown of this particular case, and I wanted to share this with you guys. And this is from Tony Two-Time TV. Tony Two-Time TV. So when I did a breakdown of the actual case, so let's go ahead and take a look at this one here, so we can get a chance to all right, here we go.
Case of Alania Lenoir, a 24-year-old woman who went missing in Atlanta on July 30th. Almost 2 months later, 2 suspects have been named in connection with her disappearance. One is in custody, while one remains at large. Before we get into this video, welcome if you're new here to our channel. Please feel free to subscribe, click that notification bell to get notified every time we upload. If you're rocking with the content, smash that like button, share this video with everyone you know. Make sure you watch until the end to hear the full story. This is an open and active investigation. Everything said in this video is alleged. All right, let's dive a little deeper into Alani's story. First, let's start with Alani's disappearance. Over the summer, 24-year-old Douglasville, Georgia resident Alania Lenoir was last seen on surveillance video entering a luxury apartment building in Midtown Atlanta at 1660 Peachtree Street, but she was never seen leaving back out, according to news reports. Alani's mother, Jeanette, told Dateline that Saturday, July 30th.
Okay, I want to also say there was a young lady with her, which I'm going to talk about that. When I first started listening to this story, my first mind went straight to that young lady, because she left the young lady there, and the story that she was telling the family members didn't make sense. So you're going to hear about that person as well. So, and that person is not arrested. The 3 fellas are arrested, but not her, okay? I just want to let you guys know that.
It was a normal day for her. She said she spoke with Alania on the phone and the 2 sent TikToks back and forth. Jeanette recalled her and her daughter having a lengthy conversation that morning. That was the last time she said she spoke with her daughter. Jeanette went on to tell Dateline that later that night, Alania went out with a close family friend. According to sources, that family friend was Alani's niece's mother. According to what Alani's mom told Dateline, on Sunday morning, she received a phone call from that friend. Jeanette said she, referring to the family friend, called me the next day and said, "Hey, you know, me and Alania went to these 2 guys' house and we're chilling and kicking back. She said the friend then told her that she left Alani there under the impression that she would be okay and wanted to make sure Alani made it home safe. Alani's mother told her, no, she's not home. Jeanette said she initially didn't think anything of it. According to Alani's mom, it's not unlike her to spend the night at a relative's or her boyfriend's house before she would return home. But as she started to receive multiple phone calls from friends asking if she had seen Alani, she started to worry. Miss Jeanette said that Alani is not the type of person to make plans with her friends and not show up. Alani's mom went on to tell Dateline she reached out to Alani via text. She said, "Hey, these girls are making me worried. Hit me back." But Jeanette said the text messages to Alani's iPhone weren't going through. The iMessages changed from blue to green, Jeanette told Dateline, referring to the text messages. Then she checked her daughter's location. The last location Alani had was at 1660 Peachtree Midtown Apartments, Jeanette said. On Monday, August 1st, Jeanette reported her daughter missing. Alania Lenoir is described as 5 feet 4 inches tall and weighs 120 pounds. She has black hair and brown eyes and was last seen wearing a blue shirt, blue shorts, and cream shoes. Alani was affectionately known as Fruity to those close to her. The Instagram page Finding Fruity was started to help bring awareness to Alani's mysterious disappearance and possibly help bring her home. Alania Lenoir was born in Chicago, Illinois, and moved with her family to Atlanta in 2008. According to what Jeanette told Dateline, she lived in the inner city of Chicago and was trying to avoid her daughter having to grow up there. Alani's mom moved her family to the Sugar Hill area in Georgia, and eventually they settled in Douglasville, where she, Alani, and her 8-year-old son King lived together. The family enjoys the outdoors, cooking, and eating together. They were very close. A week would go by before Alani's disappearance sparked national media attention when her family revealed that Alani's disappearance was determined to be suspicious by law enforcement. During that time, Alani's mother, Jeanette, said that she and dozens of family and friends searched for Alani, especially in the area where officials confirmed she was last seen. Alani's mother told news publications that she knocked on doors and passed out flyers. Alani's dad, Abraham, and her mom pleaded for their daughter's safe return. Alani's parents believed at this point that Alani may have been kidnapped and could have been a victim of trafficking. It was not in Alani's character to just leave without telling her family. That's why they had strongly believed she had been taken. A vigil was held for Alani on August 7th near where she went missing. Alani's family set up an area in Piedmont Park to share Alani's story and bring awareness to her case. Alani's loved ones were hopeful to find her alive. Alani's mom was interviewed on the podcast Crime Stories with Nancy Grace, which aired on August 10th. Jeanette shared details about the building where Alani was last seen. She said there were cameras in the apartment complex. However, she said there was no lobby area. Anyone can basically walk into the building and have access to the floors and apartments. At the time of the interview, Jeanette said that investigators had not allowed her to see the surveillance footage from the night Alani was last seen. She said, however, investigators did later confirm to her that Alania entered the apartment with 3 people, the friend and the 2 men they met up with. Those 3 people were later seen on their surveillance leaving the apartment, but not Alania. According to Alani's mom, during the interview with Nancy Grace, she said that all 3 individuals had conflicting stories about when they last saw Alania. Jeanette told Nancy Grace that the family friend, her granddaughter's mother, had told her she left Alania behind because Alania wanted to stay. Then Alani's mom said the friend
Wait a minute. Didn't they say it was a different position for that person? Now they said a grandmother's daughter? I'm confused. Okay.
and said she left to return to the apartment later to get Alania. And finally, Jeanette told Nancy Grace that the friend also mentioned that her boyfriend had come to pick her, the friend, up. Alani's mother also revealed during that interview that the 2 men also had conflicting stories about the timeline of when they left Alania in the apartment on her own. According to Jeanette, their stories did not add up and wondered why they would leave Alania at their apartment if they weren't that well acquainted. According to Jeanette, Alani's case had been reassigned to another detective that handles complex cases, and a search warrant had finally been issued for the apartment at 1660 Peachtree Street, where the 2 men supposedly stayed. During the interview, she would go on to say that investigators had not been very forthcoming with information, and since the investigation was ongoing, they could only tell her that they had the surveillance and that there were inconsistencies involving the people Alania was supposedly with that night. According to sources, law enforcement said at the time there were no suspects or persons of interest named in the case. As the search for Alania went on, Alani's mother released a statement to media outlets to give an update on information they had found so far. We have strong leads that suggest we should include Columbus, Georgia and Upson, Georgia, and then the surrounding areas in our search for Alania. We have also learned that we may need...
You know who the prosecutors are. Stop it. CMT, you know who the prosecutors are. I just happened to go to the Instagram page and I see, hold on, let me pause this for a minute and let's go to the Instagram page. Hold on, let's go to the Instagram page. Hold on. She's asking for who's the prosecutors. Hold on, let's go look. Ready? Look who's walking down the street. Look.
Justice for Alania. Justice for Alania.
Oh. I'm sorry. All right. It's gonna work out.
You saw who just passed? Did y'all see Abate? Did y'all see who just passed? And then and hold on, let's go check. There's been this is the family right here. This is the family. I gotta show you something else. You're a beautiful girl.
Fat a little.
Okay, I see.
How many mothers are you going to continue to allow to go through this? How many of us? Does it have to be? How many mothers are you going to continue to allow to?
This is the person, Tori says, police have since interviewed people who stated that Tori knew both subjects suspected of harming Alina. However, Jeanette concern is not with Tori. Why not with Tori, y'all? Tori's the one that supposedly left her. She doesn't believe she needs to be talked about. More likely than not, Tori betrayed Alina, and Jeanette reminds me that this is Alania's story and not Tori's. Okay. I'm saying her name wrong, okay? Alania, whatever her name is. Look at this. Based on information alone, I cannot help but feel that Alania was being groomed. Look what this person's saying. Interesting. Our interview continues, and Jeanette stresses that a network of skilled traffickers and scammers is operating a widespread proportion in Atlanta. She tells me people who groomed are professionals. They can spot a weakness from a mile away. They saw weaknesses in my daughter, and she was free, like to have fun, and was too trusting. Somebody in the chat said that they felt that it was a setup money. Okay, let's go ahead on and continue. Hold on a second.
Storm.
I'm trying not to play the music, y'all. It says, please send a private message if you'd like to be part of a tribute we're putting together this week before the actual meetup in the park. Mom would like all family and friends to participate in this video tribute. We are doing so. Please contact me for details. I don't know why this one's not working. It's not working. I don't know what's wrong with this video.
What I want to say to you guys is to thank you so much for supporting her. And because I'm an extension of her, I got to have that too.
Yes, they are being charged with murder. Yes.
My heart and King's heart. Me and King had our moment last night. And we just decided that it would be unhealthy for him to be here right now because it was a bit much last night. But he loves and adores everybody as well. And at some point we'll be able to celebrate. There'll probably always be tears. But on her birthday, the 3 people responded. But I have a family.
I get.
Be strong in the Lord.
Okay, this is one of the guys. This is the other guy, Nicholas Hendrickson. So it's 3 guys they arrested. And these are the 3 guys right here. And the guy over here, Steven, that's Mr. Steele's client. The one with the pickety braids. Justice for Alani. Justice for Alani. Justice. He just went for a bond just recently, and he was denied bond. So this happened July 30th in 2022. Her mother must be really short, because if she's 5'4", and she's that much taller than her mom must be really short as well.
Ashleigh. She's been missing since July of 2022. She's been missing since July of 2022. Highlight how big this problem is and the faces of some of these women, but also for awareness. So look at these pictures throughout our conversation, and if you see anybody that you recognize, please make sure to highlight how big.
Hi, good afternoon, ladies. Thank you for everything that y'all are doing. One of my loved ones, Alania Lenoir, she's missing. And I just wanted to ask more so towards law enforcement. We're seeking justice, but our loved one is still missing. So we want to know, what can we do to help, or how can we ensure that charges will be brought up? Because again, if they're missing, we still need our justice.
That's a great question. And, in certain states, sometimes they will do a declaration, especially when a person has been missing for so long. One thing that I certainly encourage you all to do, if you all have it, and I know the push that you all are doing for Fruity, we've been there, and get with those elected leaders. Everyone has a boss. So I believe in going to the top, not the detective, the police chief. If the chief is not doing what he or she should be doing, then you go to the city council, the city mayor, and you go to the DA. And you have to continue and never stop what you're doing, because we all see it, they see it. And as Natalie mentioned, no law enforcement agency wants to be embarrassed, but you hate to say using a specific date to highlight, but when you're thinking about birthdays, we're thinking about the anniversary, those are opportunities for you to continue to amplify the story, to apply pressure to law enforcement so they can dedicate the resources so they can bring justice to you and your family. Derrica, do you?
Hi, good afternoon, ladies. Thank you for everything that y'all are doing. One of my loved ones, Alania Lenoir, she's missing.
It's a suspected death of Alania. So they've been going to court, it seems like every single month. As of the 5th of May, Mr. Steele has a hearing for this case. Okay? He has a hearing for this case on the 5th of May. Not only he is the representative, also Mr. Apt. Remember Apt? Remember him? Weinstein was on this case, but Weinstein is no longer with that agent, with his company. He is taking over the case, because I saw where Weinstein's name was on there, and Weinstein is no longer on it because he has his, he's on his own now. So Weinstein was going to be another attorney on this case.
One of the Atlanta men accused of murdering a woman and disposing of her body in 2022 asked a judge today to get him out of jail. But a Fulton County judge wouldn't budge and ruled he will stay behind bars until his trial. Fox 5's Tyler Fingert was the only reporter in that courtroom at the time. He's live at the courthouse in downtown Atlanta with details. Tyler.
Yeah, Christine, good afternoon to you. Deontay Reynolds' attorney says his client needs surgery after being severely beaten while in custody at the Fulton County jail. And he told the judge that because he's trying to get his client bond. Dressed in a Fulton County jail jumpsuit, accused murderer Deontay Reynolds returned to a courtroom Thursday for another bond hearing.
He has been in custody for almost 2 years now without bond.
Reynolds' defense attorney Jay Apt first argued the merits of the case and said there are no witnesses or evidence linking his client to Alania Lenoir's murder. Court documents accuse Reynolds and Stephen Obiate of murdering her and disposing of her body in July 2022. A third suspect is also charged with helping hide her body.
This is one of the weakest cases I've seen in my 29 years in the practice of law.
Besides the evidence, Apt also argued bond was necessary for medical reasons. He says Reynolds was badly beaten by 3 inmates who came into a cell at the Fulton County jail.
One of the Atlanta men accused of murdering a woman.
All right, so we're going to go into that one and see when he tells his all right, so we just trying to bring it up all the way up to current. They've been on Mr. Walsh show. They've been on that show. They did a fundraiser night. And the judge is Jane Barwick. Jane Barwick is the judge. Well, I'll tell you one thing. This family is very active in this case. I'm telling you, they are very, very, very active. They are not playing.
For those of you who know the story, it's been a long, long road to try to get the justice that my daughter deserves. These people have evaded the police. They have poked fun at the case. They have verbally made fun of my daughter's demise. They have done a lot of unspeakable things, not only them, but the people who are attached to them, friends and families of theirs. This is not a case of misinformation. These guys did this and they have zero remorse for what they've done. So much that the last guy, Stephen Obiate, is now asking for bond after the audacity after being on the run for 2 years. I am just asking that you guys please continue to share my daughter's story. It's a bigger story here, and eventually you guys will be able to hear it all and piece it all together. My daughter was a sweet girl, and I miss her, and her family and friends miss her. And for those of you who know the story, it's been a long, long road to try.
Suspect charged in the disappearance of 24-year-old Alania Lenoir was in court. Lenoir was last seen more than 2 years ago at an apartment complex, a Midtown apartment complex. Now, although her body has not been found, officials declared her dead months after she went missing. 11 Alive's Karis Belger spoke with Lenoir's mother. So, Karis, what are her thoughts after today's hearing?
Well, as you can imagine, every hearing is a challenge for Jeanette Jackson. She has been to the Fulton County Courthouse repeatedly, showing up when she can, whenever there is a hearing. None of the cases for any of the suspects have gone to trial yet, but she's hoping that will change so she can soon finally have a chance at some closure.
I do believe in the power of prayer, and I know that it works.
That faith is what Jeanette Jackson says has sustained her for nearly 2.5 years.
It's been 843 days since my daughter came up missing. And it's to say it's a challenge is a lot. It's hard every time. This is one of those things that doesn't get easier with time.
Jackson's daughter, Alania Lenoir, disappeared in July of 2022. She was last seen at this Midtown apartment complex. For months, she says she searched for her daughter until police declared her dead. Wednesday, Stephen Obiate, the third suspect charged in the case, was in court.
I'm kind of concerned at the length of time that it's taken.
Suspect charged in the disappearance of 24-year-old Alania Lenoir was in court. Lenoir was last seen more than 2 years ago at an apartment complex, a Midtown apartment complex. Now, although her body has not been found, officials declared her dead months after she went.
I was just thinking and praying, and because I couldn't sleep, just thinking about Alani. And I'm just so grateful that we had a great relationship. And just coming into the new year, it might be, just wanted to impart, it might be a good idea for some of us or all of us to do some self-reflection. You know, some of us can't keep any kind of healthy relationships in our life, not with our parents, not with your siblings, not with your spouse, not with a boyfriend or a girlfriend, not with your children, not with anybody you work with. I mean, it's always some kind of distrust, some kind of issue, some kind of problem. And I would like to say to that is that sometimes we get in our own way with all of our own stuff that we don't address personally, mentally. Some of us need therapy to help. Just different things that we could do to self heal from always being a victim. So I would just encourage everyone that let's do some self-reflecting this 2025. Bye. Have a great
G-O-D-D-I-D. Father, Son, Spirit, got the hands on me.
Hey, y'all, wanted to come on here and simply give a small update. So we have court February the 20th, 2025. And it's case management, which means that all three of the defendants will be present. So Stephen Obiate, Nicholas Hendrickson, and Deontay Reynolds will be at court. My ask is that their attorneys work on some kind of agreement to go ahead and get trial going. It's been just troubling at how many additional cases that Stephen's attorney has been taken that the crime happened.
You know who she's talking about, right? She's talking about Steele. She's talking about Steele.
After my daughter's disappearance, but yet he's still taking out.
That's not true. The cases he had happened before your daughter's case, because Jeffrey was arrested in May. Your daughter didn't disappear until July. And the lady, the attorney, whatever her name, the district attorney, her case was in 2019 or 2007. So he took that. Those cases were before your daughter's. So that's not correct.
On cases that require him not to address this case. It's not fair to me or my family, and it's not fair to my daughter. And so my ask is, I see no remorse on any party. I don't see it on any of the guys who did this. I don't see it on any of their attorneys. And quite frankly, I don't see it in the Fulton County Court. My ask would be for everybody to be mindful that it's been 927 days since my daughter's disappearance, and it is only fair and just for this to go to trial. Hey, y'all, wanted to come on here.
So the next court day is May 5th, y'all.
Hey guys, I wanted to get on here and do a little update. So tomorrow we do have court for Stephen Obiate. And at this point, always trying to get bond. Now he's trying to get some of the search warrants knocked out. Just a lot of stall tactics that's been happening. And I understand that everybody has the right to defend themselves, and I'm happy to do that. But I want to, just bring to everybody's attention that it's been 971 days since my daughter Alani went out with these people. It was my daughter Alani, Tori Green, Deontay Reynolds, and Stephen Obiate. 4 of them went inside this apartment. It's on camera. It's not like, oh, wow, you guys are making this up, whatever. They've all admitted to being there, and they've all admitted to being the last people with her, among all the other things that slowly will develop and come out. My only ask is to Fulton County to remember that she is gone. They made her missing, and that me and my family have been suffering a really, really long time and deserve justice. At this point, what I'm calling, I'm calling for them to do is just go ahead and set a trial date. That's it. Set a trial. Let them show their evidence. You show their evidence, and let the chips fall where they may. Because right now, we need our daughter back. How about that? 971 days with this man going on the run.
Hold on a second. She said we need our daughter back. So how is going to trial gonna bring your daughter back? I'm just asking a question, y'all. I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but going to trial is not going to bring her daughter back. She might get some justice, but even then, you don't even know if she's dead. I don't get this case. I really don't.
And pretty much tricking out his friends and snitching out his friends and being on the run and being on jet skis and having a jolly effing good time. And it's taken all the restraint and class and Jesus that I have not to go on this internet pretty much fussing everybody out, because
you know what? Prophetic princess, I say the same thing. We're gonna finish listening to the hold on. We're gonna finish listening to the person that was with her. That's the thing. I can't understand why she is not arrested as well. I don't get it. I don't get it why she's not arrested. You get what I'm saying? I don't understand. She's the one who left the woman, and then she goes and says that, according to allegedly saying that her daughter wanted to stay there and she didn't want to come home. Hold on.
More assistance due to the increased evidence and distance potentially involved in the case. So we have retained an Atlanta-based PI firm, TJ Ward and Associates, to assist in this matter. Almost a month had gone by since Alani's disappearance, when the possibility that her body may have been moved to Columbus or Upson County, Georgia, had been reported to the media. According to WTMV 9 News, Alani's mother said that law enforcement in Atlanta was looking into that information thanks to public tips. Alani's parents hoped that former law enforcement officer and private investigator TJ Ward would be able to help them find Alani. TJ Ward is known for working on the Natalie Holloway case, the young lady who vanished in Aruba years back. The private investigator told 11 Alive News that he had the resources necessary to help make progress in the case, and that any information they come across, they will turn it over to the detectives on the case. Alani's relatives had started a GoFundMe page to raise funds to help pay for the PI as the search for Alani continued. According to news reports, Dateline reached out to the individuals Alani was reportedly with on the night of July 30th. The two men did not respond, and the friend said she was unable to speak on the phone for an interview. However, in a text, the friend told Dateline she is cooperating with the investigation. The friend, whose name is supposedly Tori, also took to her Instagram to share her version of that night, feeling compelled after she said the internet made the assumption that she was in hiding or on the run. The friend said in her alleged Instagram story, which is now deleted, that she did not just leave Alani at the apartment with the two men. The friend said she offered Alani a ride 3 times, and Alani declined, citing she wanted to stay, and said that either of the men would get her an Uber home. Because according to her, these weren't random men to Alani, and she had been hanging out with them for months, and said that Alani told her that they had done that for her before. However, the friend said,
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that part? Did y'all hear that part? Did you guys hear that part? I'm going to rewind it a little bit for you guys, just in case y'all didn't hear that part.
Alani at the apartment with the two men. The friend said she offered Alani a ride 3 times, and Alani declined, citing she wanted to stay, and said that either of the men would get her an Uber home. Because
why would you leave your friend with 2 men? Why would you leave your friend with two men? Your friend now. Why would you leave your friend with two men? And supposedly it's your family member too? Why would you leave your friend with two men? Something doesn't seem right. Something doesn't seem right. Something doesn't seem right, y'all. Something doesn't seem right. Because according to the video, guys, the video said they seen all of them going out the apartment together. That's what the video said. The two guys and her friend went out the apartment together. That's what the video said. So the video didn't show her leaving and the two men were still in the apartment with her?
According to her, these weren't random men to Alani, and she had been hanging out with them for months, and said that Alani told her that they had done that for her before. However, the friend said that it was her first time meeting the two men. The friend said once she realized the quote-unquote party was over, she was ready to go. She contacted a friend to get a ride. When the friend agreed, she said she texted Alani and told her she was leaving and did she want to leave with her. The friend said Alani responded by saying no, she would get an Uber home and planned to leave around 3 a.m. to go watch her little brother. The friend wrote in the post that they all agreed Alani would get home by one of the men getting her an Uber. The friend said,
Well, listen to this. The friend supposedly left her car and she took an Uber. Why did you leave your car? Something's not lining up, y'all.
She left her car behind and returned to the apartment to pick her car up the following day.
But you returned to the apartment to get your car the following day. Something doesn't match, y'all. Did she say she was drunk and she couldn't drive home and she took an Uber? No, they didn't say that.
Hey, she tried to get in touch with Alani, but to no avail. That's when the friend became concerned and contacted Alani's mother to ask if she had come home. Alani's mother told her,
You understand what I'm saying? She did not say she was drunk. She didn't say that. That would be something you would tell the police, hey, I had too much to drink and I asked Alani to come home with me because we both was drunk. And so we took an Uber home. But then she also said her friend came and picked her up too. The stories are not matching up, y'all. There's too much inconsistency in this story of this woman.
She had not seen her come home. The friend said she also made contact with the two men from that night, and they allegedly had conflicting stories of when they last saw Alani. The statement she released on her Instagram story was pretty lengthy, so I won't read it all. Feel free to pause and read it if you'd like.
Hold on, I think I want to read it. I want to read it. Even though the internet has turned this into internet drama, I am utterly thankful that I went with her that night, because if I wasn't, we would have no trace of Alania. So I'm grateful for the information we do have, and hopefully we can soon get answers.
Alani's family, however, would refute the friend's social media posts. According to a post from Finding Fruity, Tori, the friend, has told twisted stories.
See, didn't I tell you? She told so many different stories. She told twisted story that makes no sense, and her posts on social media are just expression how much of a narcissist she really is. We want answers. So why isn't she arrested?
That make no sense. The Finding Fruity post goes on to say that the stories Tori put on social media showed how much of a narcissist she really is, allegedly. They demanded answers from her. The caption on the post read, "Don't keep hiding info and protecting them. Don't be so mean and ungrateful. This family once opened its doors to you and treated you as a part of it. So the least you can do is say everything you know." Weeks would go by as Alani's mother and father made several media appearances to continue to bring awareness to their daughter's case. Alani's mother urged people to not stop saying her daughter's name. According to an update that was given on the GoFundMe page for Alani on September 15th, there had been advances in Alani's case. The family said they were working diligently with the APD and FBI, and 2 suspects were identified as persons of interest in Alani's case. The family had planned to raise money for a reward for information that would help find Alani. Days later, on September 20th, APD announced that they were going to give an update on Alani's case in a press conference later that day. During the press conference, Atlanta police shared their belief that Alani's life was taken and that her body was then discarded or hidden somewhere. They said they do know that Alani did not at any point leave 1660 Peachtree Street on her own accord. APD believes that she lost her life inside the apartment and then was potentially relocated to an undetermined location. According to news reports, APD also revealed that 2 men were their suspects in Alani's case: Deontay Reynolds and Steve Obote, both 29 years old. These men are the same.
Do you think it might have been some drug situation? Anybody think it might be some drug situation? Because why would you stay with 2 guys and your friend leave you, and then you can't drive home, you leave your car, you take an Uber? Something's not right.
Same men Alani and the friend met up with on July 30th. According to law enforcement, Deontay Reynolds was arrested, and they're still looking for the other person, Steve Obote. Deontay Reynolds is charged with felony hit, concealing a loss of life, financial identity fraud, forgery in first degree, tampering with evidence, and possession of a controlled substance with the intent to distribute. According to
I did say that. Controlled substance to distribute. Did I not say that, y'all? Did I not say that? Did I not say that?
News reports, arrest records show Deontay was taken into custody on September 9th. According to reports, Steve Obote, who is still at large at the time of this recording, is being charged with felony hit and felony concealing a loss of life. It's believed that Steve Obote is hiding out in the Atlanta area. Alania Lenoir's family are still desperately looking for answers. The Atlanta police believe that Stephen Obote does know Alani's whereabouts. APD said in the press conference they are hopeful that they will be able to get that information from him when he's apprehended. During the press conference, when police were asked by a reporter if the third person that was with Alani that night was also going to be charged, they said no. There was no indication that individual was involved. Alani's family is still seeking the public's help to find Alani's whereabouts.
I think that's a wrong decision that the police says, because she made up different stories. I would take her as part of conspiracy. Maybe more answers would come out if maybe she's cooperating with him. I don't know.
Whereabouts. Her family has said that until her body is actually found, they will still have hope that she is coming home. Alani's mother said she plans to attend Deontay Reynolds' court hearing on October 11th. Let me remind everyone that everything in this video is alleged. All suspects involved are innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I am praying for Alani's family during this traumatic and trying time. I have 2 daughters myself, and I can't imagine the tremendous pain her parents and family are going through not knowing where Alani is.
Okay, y'all, listen, this is the reason why I believe Mr. Steele is taking the case, because there's so much doubt, I would say. There's so much doubt. There's nothing concrete about this case from what I've heard from the information that's being given out to the public. And he would have more of the discovery information. And so there's, like Mr. App said, there is so many inconsistencies, so many doubt. And he said this is like the weakest case he's ever seen over his 29 years in practicing. So yeah, he did say it's the worst case. And guys, you yourself, we have questions, don't we? We have questions regarding this case. So this is one of the cases that Steele is handling. He's also handling Mr. Gregory King. That his case supposed to start trial on the 12th of May. And that case is not going to be moved at all because the judge already denied them from moving the trial date. So, and also he has, of course, this one, he has another case. I just don't have that information in front of me right now, but he has a hearing coming up for that other case as well. And then y'all heard about Diddy's case. So Mr. Steele has been a very busy man. So, and I just wanted to bring that one up to you guys, just to let you guys hear some of the other cases that he has. That's why I said he's a very busy man, and I plan on following all the cases that he is handling right now. But to move on forward, y'all, I wanted to talk about something myself and CMT was talking about. CMT, do you have the timestamp of it? Can you send it to me, please? In regarding to Fulton County, y'all. Did you guys know there is a brownie system for Fulton County of arresting people? Did y'all know that? Did you guys know there's a brownie system of arrests? So a lot of the arrests you guys are hearing may not be a real arrest, y'all. It may not be real arrests. They're arrests just for the purpose of getting these it's still past the public statement. Okay, hold on a second, y'all. She just said it's past the public statement. Well, they got a brownie system, y'all. Oh, there go Pink again. Pink is at the meeting again. Is it before Pink or after Pink? Past the public statement, she said. Okay. I don't know what she said. Is this one right here?
A turkey giveaway to Helen Willis in South Fulton and yes, we keep going back to these things.
Thank you.
Is it after this?
Good morning. As you know, my name is Jay Wesley Day.
Oh, you know Jay, y'all.
I want to clarify that I have.
Do y'all remember Jay? Who Jay is, y'all? Do you guys remember Do y'all remember who Jay is? Guys, do you remember who Jay is? Anybody remember? Do y'all remember who Jay is? You didn't tell me CMTJ was on here. Let's play his, and then I'll move over. Exactly. Yes. The one who's been accused of, you know what?
No pending charges on me at this particular time. 2 charges were dismissed. I pled no to another. However, with that, which was trespassing, however, it still prevents me from getting a professional job. I've been in gifted programs my entire life. I skipped 7th grade. I was junior class president. I was senior class president. I was homecoming king at Northern Illinois University. I have 2 bachelors, 2 masters. I'm all but dissertation, and I would have completed a doctoral program had Keith Gamage not escalated these charges, preventing me from getting funding. I want to talk about the Fulton County judges signing off on paperwork that took money, thousands of dollars from my mom's account. Like that truly hurts me. I was a member of Ebenezer Baptist Church, and they had a social justice forum. I had no clue Keith Gamage was there. I raised my hand. I was the first person to get the microphone, and I spoke about the injustice of me being charged when I was the victim. Days later, they started the process to garnish funds. Now, let's be clear. I owned my restaurant from 2010 to 2012, something like that. I got a $4,000 loan from Invest Atlanta. You don't find it interesting that they would wait over 10 years, days after I speak, to go after that $4,000 and take it from my mom's account? It's retaliation.
This presentation. And good morning, Commissioners. Steve Naraki, Strategy Office. Can we pull up the operational report?
All right, y'all. This is it. This is the part we're going to listen to. This is the part. Listen carefully, okay, guys? Listen carefully. What's going on in Fulton County?
I'm happy to get started, Commissioners, if you'd like me to, or if we want to wait for the screen to show.
Let's wait.
Okay.
Wait.
Yes, sir. And can we, go to the justice system update? Thank you. We go to the next slide. Starting with our justice system scorecard, the average length of stay had a small increase up to 47 days. I know we had a question last month in the board meeting about how this was calculated. So we did add a note at the bottom explaining that the calculation for the average length of stay includes those that have been booked out of the jail. We have a new slide later in the presentation showing the currently incarcerated average time in jail, which we'll get to shortly. Next, for our unindicted population, we've been able to resume automating our counts, and so we're now able to report again. For reference, we were at 16% of the population in December 2024 when we last reported, and are now up to 18% for March. The clearance rate for felony criminal cases saw a 23% improvement, up to 76% for the month of March. And felony cases disposed within 180 days and 365 days both saw improvements up to 25% and 54% respectively. Go to the next slide. And the next one. And we'll move to our jail population update. Looking at the average monthly jail population, March saw an uptick in the average population to 2,539.
Listen very carefully,
and we had a
y'all.
one-day snapshot of 2,599 around the midpoint of April. Next slide. And here's just the chart representation. We can move to the next. And as I just mentioned, we have a new slide we're showing this month and can continue to do so, showing the length of stay for currently incarcerated individuals. And this is as of April 11th. For this one-day snapshot of 2,632 inmates, about 55% have been in jail for 90 days or less, and about 17% on the opposite end have been incarcerated for over a year. The average duration as of April 11th was 222 days, which is much more in line with the 279 days reported in the DOJ investigation. And for reference, that 279 days was calculated back in March of 2024. Next slide. Here we have our facility utilization for the jail population. as of April 10th, 1,707 beds were in use at Rice Street, with 575 beds offline for either the jail blitz program or for ongoing maintenance. And Mr. Joe Davis will give a further breakdown of the 575 beds in his facilities update. We move to the next. We've also been able to, now that we're able to resume reporting of our unindicted population, we can also resume reporting the aging of the unindicted population. About 82% of the unindicted individuals, the 483, about 82% of them, or 394 individuals, had been unindicted for 90 days or less. And as a comparison to when we last reported this data in December, the 90 days or less was at 81%, so holding fairly steady. Next slide. Here we have an update on our county-funded ankle monitoring program. 805 participants are on monitors as of March 31st. 556 or 69% of the participants have been on a monitor for a year or less. And we have seen a month-over-month improvement since January of more individuals shifting to a year or under. In January, this number, or this percent, was about 60%. In February, we moved up to 65%. And again, now for the March numbers, we're up to 69%. So all moving in the right direction. Next slide. And here we have, and we can go to the next slide. Here we have our monthly update of the jail capital improvement program. Looking at the top, moving left to right, we have completed our initial major activities with the on-site assessments of Rice Street, the Marriott and South Annexes, and then the Atlanta City Detention Center. Our program management team is now developing the draft findings report and the accompanying baseline cost estimates to go along with those findings. Looking now at the upcoming activities, we look to have starting to have our scenario concept workshops in May, which will inform what scope options we may have before us, as well as more detailed cost estimates. We expect a final report out from our PMT in July, and we'll come to the board in August with formal recommendations. Overall, we have been tracking on schedule and continue good forward progress here. Next slide. And finally, we have our priorities. We do continue to refine and report jail system metrics and performance. As mentioned, we've been able to automate our unindicted counts now and now shift focus to resume reporting the full jail population analysis, which you'll recall that had been previously represented in that pie chart. And so we're looking to now fill out the rest of that and hope to have that resume reporting in the next month or so. And last, we're working with our courts to develop the new case reporting and case management strategies, and are targeting midpoint of this year to begin reporting on those measures. And with that, I can take any questions.
Any questions? Any questions? Mr. Vice Chair Ellis.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you for the report, Mr. Naraki. Just one quick thing on slide, number on it, the electronic monitoring update slide.
Yes, sir.
So just I think one in the presentation of that one, maybe going forward, it wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe have like a double bar that would show where we were at the start of the year in those categories, and then like a total, because I know that's one of the things we're trying to track. So
do some trend analysis there for you.
Right. So I mean, couldn't find the February report, but the last number I saw was like January 27th, we were at 846 total participants. So obviously we're trending down, but it'd just be good to sort of visually see that. And would remind me too, we had funded this at a max of 1,400, or is it
15? Yeah, the cap at around 1,500 and change.
Cap it at 1,500. Okay. And I think the slide on length of stay for the currently is a good one too. So you're saying that we, in that DOJ report, which would have been measured at, it was a 279 or a 222, but the measurement date on that 279 was roughly.
It was March 2024, so about a year ago.
March 2024.
According to their report.
Got it. Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, Commissioner Thorne.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank you for clarifying that. That answers a lot of questions. And
Yes, ma'am.
the data, it's good to see. If we could see it on a repeated basis, that would be great.
Yes, ma'am.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Commissioner Ivory?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On the unindicted jail population chart, you have that there are 3 that are greater than 1 year. What is there some conversation, or is there a way that you're identifying who that 3 is, and then you can and with the justice partners to figure out why this is greater than 1 year? That category seems like it shouldn't even exist on this.
Yes, ma'am. There's always just a one-off, and the fact that there's only 3, there might be 3 explanations individually why there are only 3 at a year or over. I think most of them historically have been competency issues where they can't be indicted because they can't stand trial, and so they're probably, they may be in Grady or some other health facility receiving treatment. Until that point, they remain unindicted. But we are in communication with the DA's office. We have historically passed this information on to her for her use. So those 3 individuals, or whatever number that is over a year, they are known.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Barrett?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just had a quick question because on the monitoring, the electronic monitoring, it's great that we're getting down, and most of them are under a year, which is great. But we did get an update from the sheriff's office this week, as we usually do, leading into a board meeting, and he did talk about, or it wasn't him, but his office mentioned that Rice Street is particularly crowded right now, and in fact, there are. I forget the number. I know Commissioner Ivory, your team, Commissioner Thorne was there as well, but that there are a lot of people that are sort of waiting in the intake area and not able to move into beds because there aren't beds available for them. And so I guess my question is, do we know if the judges are using the monitoring program as much as they could be? In other words, are there people in the jail that could be looked at for monitors at this point? Or, I just don't, do we have any way to determine that?
I've been playing strictly a reporting function. I have not actively sought, I suppose, updates on what their process or approach is to assign ankle monitors. I know feeding into this, I believe the public defender's office and DA's office do hold, and I don't know, there's a regular cadence. I forget if it's monthly, twice a month, but it's a consent bond meeting that they hold where they'll go through lists. And I think Superior Court actually has a role in that as well, and I may be mistaken there, but they have a dedicated team to go through every individual that could possibly or potentially be on an ankle monitor and then recommend them. So I know that process is happening, but I don't know the details of the methodology, and then it's up to each individual judge to decide whether they are going to assign a monitor. And so that's where we have historically stopped short of, we don't try to influence that part.
Yeah, of course. I'm wondering maybe if we could, and I don't know how this would work, Mr. Chairman, but if we could maybe ask for them to come sort of give us some information or a report or update on how that's working for them.
Absolutely.
I think that would be super helpful.
I
And
can
they
coordinate
may
with-
say, we're doing the best. We've really got everybody in there on a monitor that can be.
Right.
But it would be good to know that.
I'd be happy to coordinate that.
Thank you.
Vice Chair Ellis?
I just have sort of a general statement. I mean, you're reporting, these other folks are elected officials. There's nothing that precludes them from picking up the phone and talking to each other if they've got issues in there. These are operational issues. They should be managed at that level. And the communication should funnel direct, not in a triangulated fashion. So that's just my personal statement on that.
Anything else? So just a general question here.
Yes, sir.
On page 7, it looks like the bookings are increasing on a monthly basis. Is that accurate?
They have, sir. They've been trending up. You saw a low point in January with the 2,400. And month over month now, there has been a general increase.
Okay, we should know if we don't know, are we tracking how many are booked that could have been diverted? And the reason I ask that question is, money is tight here. We spend $400,000 on that PAD program and $2 million plus on the diversion program. So
Similar to the ankle monitors, I do know representatives from Superior Court and the Public Defender's Office also have requested to City of Atlanta, because they are the largest contributor of individuals into our jail system, specific data on any individual that is not sent to the diversion center, but they would appear to be eligible to be sent to the diversion center, a reason as to why they were not sent to the diversion center. That's something that APD had committed to track. If an individual is not sent to the diversion center, there's like a drop-down list of every reason why they would not divert them. And I know, again, Superior Court and the public defender staff are trying to get their hands on that data, and so they can kind of further that initiative. Because understood, Chairman, the population has been ticking up month over month.
So your last statement is my next question. Do the officers have to provide them any information on why they took them to jail instead of diverting them?
We are told there's a monthly or quarterly, Justice Policy Board meeting, and Commissioner Abdurrahman, I believe, is one of the co-chairs of that board. We are told by APD in those meetings that their officers are required to fill out a reason why an individual would not be diverted.
Is that done?
We are trying to get our hands on that data. I say we, again, reps from Superior Court and Public Defender's Office are trying to get their hands on that data.
Why would it be necessary to try and not be able to access the information if we're partners?
I can't answer that, sir.
Well, I think that's a missing link in your operational report. So would you let them know that we're going to be looking for that? Because again, it's $400,000 on the PAD program and $2 million plus on the diversion program. So
yes,
you're going to use it, or we're not going to use it?
Yes, sir.
Vice Chair Ellis?
Yeah, one more point, Mr. Chair, on that specific thing. Mr. Naraki, you may want to reach out and maybe speak with, I don't know, whether it be maybe Judge McBurney or someone in the staff. I believe there is some form of report that they have generated that will have some level of detail on people that have been diverted and sort of some characteristics and that sort of stuff. And I don't know the cadence in which they're doing it, whether it's monthly or not, but perhaps if it is, and we could encompass that, or at least sort of the key points of that report into here, and then get a better understanding if there are resource needs for them to be able to compile this stuff and or do a better job of really driving, use of it, what those needs are. So, because I had a conversation with Judge McBurney about that. It's my understanding they do have some level of reporting they're doing.
Yes, I think the composition kind of basic measurement or measures are reported, and it's either on a monthly or quarterly in advance of their board meetings. However, there's still that gap for individuals that aren't being diverted there, the why. But certainly we can add what information we do have, because I know Grady puts that report out. Happy to add the key takeaways.
Right. And then if there's like a resource that could be applied to say, okay, to try to do some analysis around who's not being diverted, like what that might be a good and best from us to kind of help assist with that. And we'd also talked with the accountability courts in the restructure and all that, some sort of reporting around that. So potentially those two things could be synced up and at least be included on, quarterly basis at a minimum, right? But I agree with the chair. We need to get some data that whether this stuff is actually working or not.
Yes, sir.
And then again, related to that, this point system that I'm hearing about now, where officers receive points for the number of people that are you familiar with that?
I cannot comment on that, sir.
You can't comment.
I don't know about it, sir.
Okay, well, we need to look into that. I hear that there's a point system where you get like brownie points for the number of people that you send book into the jail versus send to diversion. Is that, you don't know?
I know nothing about that, sir.
Could you ask about that?
I can ask about that.
Because that seems to be rewarding people for booking them in versus utilizing PAD and the diversion center.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else?
Thank you.
All right, y'all. Did y'all hear that? Did you guys hear that? Are we supposed to be listening to more of the court, the jail stuff? Did y'all want to listen to the jail part about the capacity of the jail? I mean the jail stuff. All right, so we're gonna what part? The one we just listened to. All right, let's go ahead on and we're going to check out. We're gonna check out Miss Merchant, y'all. We're gonna check out Miss Merchant for a second. Hold on a second. I got something to show you guys. Okay. Ashleigh has been working on a case where this gentleman was arrested for child abduction, this lady accused this man of messing with her child, right? And this man's been in jail. He has not received bond for his incarceration. But let me just show you guys what this lady basically did. She basically lied, y'all. She lied, and Ashleigh is on it, y'all. She is on it. Hold on, you ready? Here we go. This is her client, Mr. Patel. This lady claims that her child was abducted by the man. Was trying to the man was trying to grab her child and everything. But the video surveillance in Walmart says different. All right, ready?
A Cobb County woman says a man tried to kidnap her child, caught on camera. It happened inside an Ackworth Walmart. Alania News first reporter Chelsea Beimfor is at the Cobb County Jail live at 5, where, Chelsea, he remains behind bars at this time still.
Yeah, Joe, that suspect was supposed to have a bond hearing today, but that was pushed off until next month. So instead, he's still serving time here for crimes that his attorney says he did not commit. That lawyer telling us today this new video should prove that her client is innocent. New video shows the moments Mahendra Mick Patel entered a Cobb County Walmart on March 18th. His attorney, Ashleigh Merchant, says he was there to purchase rapid relief Tylenol for his elderly mother. After several minutes of searching, he can't find it, so he approaches a woman on a handicapped cart with 2 young children and asks for help. In a previous interview, that woman, Caroline Miller, told Atlanta News First that's when Patel tried to snatch her son.
You can see him lean in, so you can definitely see there's an interaction between them, but it's very brief and it's not at all as it's been described as this tug of war, grabbing or anything like that.
While the video is somewhat blurry, Merchant says Patel was trying to help and make sure that one of the kids didn't fall off the cart as Miller was motioning towards the medication aisle. Seconds later, Patel walks away and Miller backs her cart into a display. One of her kids falls to the ground and another man steps in to help.
And she sort of runs over that child's foot. This gentleman jumps in to help, just like Mick had done, tries to get the child who's just fallen on the floor. He's not charged with any crime. Only Mick is charged with the crime.
Patel is then seen on camera with a Walmart employee who walks him to the Tylenol aisle. As he walks towards the checkout counter, he runs into Miller again and shows her that he found the medicine. He proceeds to buy it and walks out of the store.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
About 30 minutes later, Miller calls 911 and tells the operator what happened, then explains why she waited so long to call.
I had to rip my baby out of some other man's hands because he was trying to snatch him. It all happened so fast, and he was out of the store before, and while I was talking to the manager, he had left. I'm sorry, I would have called sooner, but the guy got my baby back.
There's nothing sinister about it. I think it's just been grossly misrepresented and grossly taken out of proportion.
Caroline Miller did not return our request for comment today. Prosecutors have also requested a gag order be implemented in this case following all of the media coverage. Reporting live from the Cobb County Jail, Chelsea Bime4, Atlanta News First.
Now they want a gag order, y'all. They want a gag order because they don't want the public to know what's going on. They want a gag order. Can y'all believe this mess? Can y'all believe all the mess that's going on? A gag order, yes. They want a gag order since everything is being exposed. Exactly, Kiki. Exactly. They want a gag order on something that these people are a trip. They are a trip. So, sound like a good candidate for ankle monitor. But you remember, that's Cobb County, so I don't know if they're going to do the ankle monitor thing over there. So that is just basically all I have for you guys today. Yeah, I know Mr. Steele has cases coming. Oh, we do have a calendar. What we have coming up. You guys know the 5th, Mr. Steele is going to be with this case with the young lady, the missing young lady. Then we have on the 5th as well, we're going to have Duke coming back trying to get his property, and Merchant will be his attorney there. Then we have on the 30th, we have Ernesto Williams. His case is coming up, and we should see some movement on his case. We have Mr. Steele get ready to start with Gregory King. His trial starts on May the 12th. Was he beat up? Was who beat up? What is Tyler talking about, y'all? Was who beat up? What is she talking about? What do y'all think about the stuff that we've been just listening to? What do you guys think about it? Any updates on my upcoming interviews and guests? Teo, you're just gonna have to blame me. You're just gonna have to blame me. 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 I just have a lot of stuff going on right now. Blame me. Did I miss the recap of Mr. King? No, we didn't talk about Mr. King's case. We're going to go give you guys. You blame the mods. Why do you blame the mods? You got to blame me. You got to blame me. Big old troll. Good afternoon, Queen. Glad I caught y'all. Hey. Shout you out. Hey, big troll. Big old troll. Shout you out. Come on up, big old troll. Come on up. Come on up. Hit the link. Hit the link. Let's have a conversation. Yeah, you guys you have to blame me, because a lot of stuff that's not happening is because just like today, I should have been on earlier, but your girl, anytime I take my shot on Tuesday, I have some sort of reaction. I don't get nausea anymore, but I get other things going on, like headaches and stuff like that. So I have to really kind of get myself back together. So And right now, I won't be able to do Mr. Steele right now because he's a busy man. I can't. Doesn't the Eighth Amendment prevent them from denying bond and making it so high? How do they get away with that? Because they say that these people are a high risk for the community, and so far they get to get away with that because of that, because it'd be a risk to the community. Because they're saying they're a risk to the community. They say that they're a risk to the community, and so therefore they cannot let them out. So they saying that is more important than someone getting a lower bond. That's how they get away with it. What is Jack up to, Miss Sylvia? You need my Cash App, y'all. Please put my Cash App up for Big Old Troll, please, guys. Please put my Cash App up. Thank you for being a blessing. Thank you, John, for earlier. John did give me a super sticker, I think it was a super sticker she gave me. Thank you, John. And welcome, Patrice Pinterest Jones, for membership, for your new membership. Thank you for coming aboard on the Infamous. Thank you, John Harley, for the super sticker. Thank you guys for supporting this channel. I appreciate you guys. You guys rock. Well, did y'all hear that that Diddy's attorney is trying to push the case back 2 months? Did y'all hear about that? And one of the reasons is because they're saying that he dumped a bunch of, they dumped the prosecutor, well, the ASUSA dumped a whole bunch of discovery last night. And you know the trial supposed to start next month, so. Yeah, so I'm reading my intel information, y'all. Intel information. Intel information. I don't know, Miss Jams. I don't know if that's the reason why they want a black woman on a team. I don't know. I don't know if that's the reason why. I have no clue. You said you saw it on your local news and TMZ? Oh, okay. All right, so no one wants to come up and have a discussion up here? We have about, how many folks we have in here? What happened to my numbers? Am I still live? Because I don't see anything moving over here. This thing be acting weird. This whole system be acting weird sometimes. I just don't understand it. This whole system be acting really weird. All right, my mods should not be expressing such disdain for people. Mods are supposed to be neutral, ma'am. Okay, I'm showing live. Okay. Mods, you're supposed to be as neutral as possible. Because this is a reflection of those who are on this channel. You have a mod branch, you're supposed to be a neutral mods. All right, y'all, I need to go. I need my executive team. Hey, long hair, don't care what's going on, girly. How's everything? Haven't seen you in a while. Is everything going all right? All right, y'all. About to get my butt up off this live. I will see you guys later. Be cool, stay warm, stay vigilant. Yeah, I'm good. I will definitely come back because I have something to talk. Enjoy the rest of your day, Miss Sylvie. Same to you, Mai. I gotta see if it's May or Mai or Mai. You know, I be messed up your name. You too. It's just Jess. Thank you, guys. Did y'all put the link up for my my Cash App for Big Old Troll? Did y'all put it up for Big Old Troll? All right. There was something else I want to bring to you guys' attention, but I can't remember what it was. I've been having so much stuff going on. So much stuff going on. It was something else I wanted to bring up to you guys. CMT, do you remember what else? Where's Mimi? Mimi, do you remember what else I said I was going to bring to their attention? Do you guys remember? There was something else I was trying to bring to you guys' attention. I don't remember. Something I was working on. Don't remember what it is. Do y'all remember what it is? I don't remember. I know it isn't anything with an S. Ah! Cause you know what? We're gonna go on my backup channel because I gotta talk to you guys. Backup channel is when we talk, crazy. We gotta come back our backup channel. Backup channel. Give me until 5 o'clock. Backup channel. We gotta talk. We gotta talk backup channel. It's the infamous slide channel for those who wants to join. And listen, when you join back there, it's a different beast. Okay, I just want to tell you because Sybil or the one with no S letter, because I can't say the S word right. You can get anything back there. Ibble and hey Lewis, how are you? You can get anything over there. So just come in and don't judge. Don't judge me, okay? Don't judge me when I go back there, okay? Okay. We gotta talk, guys. We gotta talk. I gotta address some things. Okay? I gotta address some things. Alright. I do. I gotta address some things. Like, y'all, I gotta address some things. Since people do reaction, I'm gonna do reaction on their reaction. I'm gonna do reaction on their reaction. And I got something on my mind. CMT, I got something on my mind. Well, we have to wait because we're gonna go to the other channel, Steen. The other channel, because this one here is the more professional folks. The other one is the folks that don't care about being professional. This one here will get judged. The other one, and let me tell you, I put the disclaimer out on the other ones. If you come in there, just come in at your own risk, okay? Just come in at your own risk and don't try to judge me. Don't try to act like I'm supposed to be this professional, because I'm not, all right? So that's why, Steen, that's why I can't do it over here. Thank you, Naughty Lynn, for the Zelle. Thank you, Naughty Lynn, for the Zelle. Appreciate you. All right, y'all ready? Let me end this. Yeah, I don't care channel. Yes, that's the I don't care channel. But I dislike that for you. Look, everybody has a second channel. It's like a different personality. Beyonce had Sasha. I'm going to be Sybil over there. I'm Sly Fox over there. I'm Sly Fox. All right. So I'll see you guys over there in a few minutes. CMT, thumbnail, please. Thumbnail, please. Thumbnail, please. All right, guys. You guys have a great day. If I come up with anything that's worthy of coming on to the infamous channel, I will be back on there, okay? Sybil Fierce, exactly. Sybil Fierce. I can't say S. Remember, I can't say S word, okay? But I'm going to address some of those things. Yeah, the information came back to me, and I'm going to address it. What time? Give me to 5 o'clock, Ronnie. Miss Ronnie, give me 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, all right? I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace. Love ya. And don't judge me. Don't judge me. Okay? Don't judge me. All right. Later. Love ya. Bye.
Thank you for watching the infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With mods by our side and chat flowing free in this online space. It's just you and me, we laugh until tears roll down like the rain. In this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold. You're more than a viewer, you're part of the crew in this space of ours. It's all because of you. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe